I'm going to talk about my spiral fracture of my leg. I was playing hockey, and basically I was skating down the ice, going one way, got twisted around, and just felt my leg snap. At the moment, it was, you felt the snap, you heard the snap, but I didn't feel any pain. Probably about 3 or 4 hours following the break. When I broke my leg, they took me into the change room. You know, in hockey you wear a shin pad, and so what they ended up doing was they kept the shin pad on. They took the shin pad off of my right leg, which was fine, and put it underneath the broken left leg to create a bit of a splint. And they got me to an ambulance, and the ambulance took me to the hospital. No, surgery wasn't until about 3 weeks following the break. Immediately after I broke my leg, went to see a surgeon, and the surgeon actually told me that they were going to try and let it set on its own. So they spent 2 weeks. They put me in a cast for 2 weeks, and after a few x-rays week after week, they realized that it wasn't going to set on its own. So then they decided that they had to go in and perform surgery. So the surgery was basically they cut me open. They put in a 9-inch metal plate along one side of the tibia. They inserted 13 pins from basically maybe 2 inches below my knee to maybe half an inch above my ankle to kind of support the bone. The fibula, which is a smaller bone, they didn't even bother. It's basically, they say that the fibula doesn't provide any structural support, so they just left that to kind of sit on its own. And there were actually other little bits of bone that were fractured as part of the break that they said would dissolve on its own over time. So surgery was, I guess, a few hours. Putting the plate in, putting the pins in, sewing me back up, and then they were done. No, with the medication and with the, being sedated, you didn't really feel anything at all. So I think following the operation, there was some pain, definitely, but again, you've got Percocet. They were providing Demerol. I think those were the two drugs that I was taking. In between the two, it was manageable. The pain was manageable. Looking back, I think the only thing that I can really remember that can help a person is when you're taking Percocet, just be careful what you eat, and make sure you drink lots of liquids, because Percocet can make it very difficult to go to the bathroom. All in all, yeah, I'm happy with the outcome of the surgery. There was a lot of physiotherapy involved as well. The only issue I think I have with the surgery as a whole is the mark that's left. It's just a pretty ugly scar that's left, but above and beyond that, I have no complaints at all.